Most of the times I always tell people, I've said this before and I'll say it again, people are not afraid of me, they're afraid of themselves. You came to me. Remember, I didn't send for you, you sent for me.
Yeah.
That's what I tell my clients today. I tell anybody that, hey, I don't know you. You know more about me than I know about you. You sent for me, I didn't send for you. So if you come into my domain, if you're in my environment, I'm gonna give you 110% of everything I got within me to make you better. If you want that, then hey, welcome to the party. If you don't, stage left.
What is the most common misconception about you when people first see you?
Intimidation. A lot of people, I've had a lot of people say, my name alone. I'm like, don't worry about the name. It's the man behind the name. Don't fear the name. There has been times, people are more afraid of me because of my approach, because of the militant demeanor I may come off as. But I'm very compassionate and passionate about people. I love people. I don't care much about ignorance, though. People look at me that way until they get to know me and meet me and talk to me, because I'm more of a person that likes to be truthful, and I'm very transparent. I don't sugarcoat it to make you feel all warm and fuzzy and rock you to sleep and oh, poor baby. No, I'm gonna tell you like it is. And that's just Coach Payne. That's it. See, that's the thing about my name, the Coach Payne theory. I call it the Coach Payne theory. Pain is my passion. I say that often. I did not know who I was until I lost my mother. This motivational guy that you see before you, this guy that has such a range within himself and how he projects, someone had to die. Something had to be taken from me. Something tragic had to happen for this person to wake up, to be born, to step out, to be powerful. That's what he was. That's who he is. I'm not faking this. This is not something that's just, oh, he is. He's two different people. No, I am who I am, and that's all that I am. And I'm not Popeye the Sailor Man either.
Sorry, I haven't heard you say that before. Okay. And you've mentioned before, your mother was your personal cheerleader. It sounded like she was a motivator for you. Can you tell us more about your relationship with her and how it's changed your life?
My relationship with my mother, man, I love my mother. You could call me a mother's boy or whatever, but my mother was everything to me. She was my teacher. She was my comforter. She was my disciplinarian. She did everything she needed to do. She was my tutor. She was mom. Cook, clean, whatever. She was mom. She was amazing. Man, I miss that woman. But I love the fact that I had the time that I had with her in this world at the time that it was given. And she's gone now, But the time that I was with her, she would always give me this advice. But it was not just with me, it was my siblings too. But the crazy part is, whatever she instilled in me, it wasn't necessarily for my siblings. We all had some kind of a path that we walked and did what we did. But there are some things she said to me that always will stay with me. She would always say, son, you're gonna be something. Something is special about you. But whatever you do in life, and I've said this numerous of times, make a difference. Don't focus on changing people. Make a difference. I feel I'm doing that. And when she passed, the day my mother left this world, honestly, tear was rolling down her face. On her deathbed, when the doctor said, there's nothing we can do, I go back to that. A few days later, they took off the life support. Doctor comes into that little quiet room and says, she's clinically brain dead. We're sorry. Wasn't as emotional, but man, I was hurting so bad. And I went in that room with the rest of my family members, and I put my arms around my mom, and I screamed so loud. So loud. And I looked at her, and I said, Mom, I'm gonna make you proud. I did that. And during that time, I saw a tear. And I'll never forget this. A tear came down her cheek. It literally rolled down her right eye. I never forget it. And all I remember someone saying to me, she heard everything you said. And they say that when a person passes, the last thing that goes is their hearing. And I believe that. So when she departed, a piece of me left with her, but everything now is with me. That strength that she had, that passion she had, that drive she had, that's my mother. I am my mother's son. And I'm grateful for the time that I had with her. So yeah, that pain, truthfully, became my passion.
Coach, you've had a life of highs and lows. Tell us about your hardest moment growing up.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest times of growing up, man, I mean, look, there were times we didn't have food in the refrigerator. I come from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, right? Imagine what the cold is like when you don't have any heat, right? It was tough, you know? Dad was off work, or he got laid off his job. They were on strike. He was the provider at that time. Things were different back in those days. But we got through, you know? I grew up eating, like syrup and bread sandwiches and mayonnaise sandwiches and crazy stuff. We did what we had to do to survive. We had some tough times, but we got through it, Christmas would come. Didn't always have a Christmas present, but we had love. We had family. We had understanding. Those things had to happen. These tough times had to happen. Maybe that's what happened down the road for me when things got better. And then I went through that kind of hell. And then I said, I've been in this situation when I was younger. Now I'm becoming a much mature young man. Let me see how I can endure it on my own time. Would my parents want us to be in that situation at that time? Absolutely not. But it happened. We went through it together. Yeah, we had times where we were able to have heat and the water was off and all we had. It was hell, man. It was tough. It was.
Yeah.
Nobody has an easy life. And if you do, great. Good luck. What you gonna do when bad times come for you, though? I think we all deserve a swift kick, and a tush. We all deserve that because it teaches you something. You can't go through life without some kind of a struggle. So I don't think it was meant to be that way. And if it wasn't like, we gave up. We got through it. It was tough at times, but it wasn't like that every day. Don't ever be ashamed of looking at things when they were tough. It's about how you persevered through it. When people say that when I hear the word, oh, this is easy. No, you don't want it to be easy. If it's easy, you ain't working. If it's easy, you're not learning. If it's easy, you're not growing. So through those tough times, it got me to where I am today. And I'm grateful for it.